Imagine that you're not a Christian. You don't know much about being a Christian or much about the Bible, but you decide one day to go to church because you'd really like to get to know God. You want to know more about God. You're considering faith in God. Well, you enter the church building, and the first thing you find out is, oh, we have a special section for people who are not believers yet. Well, you head over to that section, and there are tables and tables full of uh, merchants who are selling Jesus junk, and they are badgering you, and they're hawking, and they're in the way, and you can barely get through. And in fact, there are people there that are changing one kind of money for another kind of money so you can give a big offering. And you just give up and go home. But as you start to leave, you look over the door that is the entrance for the non-believer section of the church, and it says, "My house shall be a house of prayer for all people." And you wonder, isn't that ironic? Well, that's what Jesus thought when he came to the temple and he was confronted by the money changers in front of the area where the Gentiles were given a place to pray. And the merchants were there selling just the very best kind of sacrificial animals and really disrupting and getting in the way of people who were earnestly and honestly seeking. And that's where we get the story of Jesus turning over the tables and reading the sign that was over the door to the court of the Gentiles that said, "My house shall be called a house of prayer," and then saying, "You guys have turned this into a den of thieves." Are we ever standing in the way of people who are earnestly, honestly seeking for our own purposes, for our own ideologies, and for our own gain? Think about it today.